Okay, I'm going to look and see if we can see what's happening in government today. What is going to happen in government today? What is happening in government today? What can you tell us that's going to be happening in government today? Okay, so the reading's about the Queen of Cups. Now, in this case, there are things undercover in there that are not being brought out, not being looked at. Now, sometimes the Queen of Cups has the lid off and we're seeing what's under there, but this time they're going to have some things that are being done that they don't want exposed, okay? So something is happening, germinating there, that we're not seeing, that has to do with the fight, okay? Taking heads. Sometime this queen can have the sword and just going out for the slice and dice, okay? Yeah, because of his desires. It's the wish fulfilling, to be, drunken on his power is what I see with that. So unfortunately, behind the scenes, Trumpenstein is just trying to come out with more revenge stuff, basically. Revenge and drunk on his power, hiding things that he wants to put into motion, that keeps the lid on compassion and empathy. He doesn't want to open that lid, let that out. He's really on that rampage because of what he was told in the church, to have empathy, have compassion. And I mean, just his face when she said that, just, So the energy coming into it is about what is the balance taking place. Now, in this case, this balance, he's wrapped up with the snake, okay? So this is not gaining balance in a good way, okay? He's balancing what he can do, okay? He's balancing what he can do, what he can get away with, okay? Rebirthing something. Now, in this case, this rebirth, that is not a happy face. That's pain. Rebirthing. Again, slice and dice. Just how toxic he can be. This is a rebirth of his toxic angst coming to the forefront. Okay? And again, propelled forward by those he surrounded himself, the billionaires. Okay, the billionaires and what they are trying to put into place in their toxic revelry, okay, at the moment. The moon, again, his darker energy being fueled in an imbalance. He continues to go to the dark. He doesn't want things to come out in the light of day. He does it by the dark of the moon. He does things in secret. He does things, in this thing to do with sharing. But look at that caduceus. This is not being shared in a beneficial way. It's toxicity. He's trying to birth these things up in toxicity and go after people. The revenge tour. It's what he's about today, okay? Trying to stave things off. So the oligarchs and these wealthies are trying to stand and stave things off. Okay. The challenge, though, is the information and what's actually going to take place. What's actually going to come out. So he is not in absolute control. Okay, we have more of the feminine again, holding on to what is taking place, trying to strengthen it, trying to strengthen what's there. That's his challenge. When it comes to the wholeness of this. So there may be some holdouts of real, genuine conservatives and those that are really caring about the whole of the family dynamic. Those are going to be his challenge. Okay? They're fighting with his strength against what he's trying to bring in. Okay? With the outcome of standing for truth. Now he's going to stand what he thinks is truth, what he's holding to, which is the skull here. But we have the other side of those standing for truth as well. When it comes to the White House, when it comes to what's being done there, when it comes to the things that they're trying to put in place with this toxicity, there are those that are going to strengthen and fight against that toxicity and bring it out to light. Okay? When it comes to he who wants to be king, the emperor. So there will be those that want to fight against it and take leadership. So we have on his side that toxic, browbeating type of leadership, trying to stave off what's going to be taking place, surrounding himself with the billionaires, etc., and the money, and staving off people that are wanting to fight against what he's trying to bring in. Okay? So let's see what we have under the surface. It's about this trying to hold on, his miserly view of what he's doing, okay? When it comes to figuring out the next way forward, the next action, okay? Comes from the miser's view. And there is an agreement taking place, though, when it comes to the dance, the universe, Nataraj, whether now Nataraj dances in the midst of creation and destruction, okay? So the dance that's taking place in the universe now. Now, I just did the talk. We are in the dark night of the soul for the universe, for the planetary things going on now. And you have to be like Nataraj. Be in balance and dancing in the midst of creation to destruction, the ongoing change that's always in flux and always in motions, things coming, birth, things ending, things being birthed, things ending, okay? So being in the midst of that dance, the lovers, now who's coming into alignment with whom, okay? He's putting his alignment in with the oligarch, with the wealthy, surrounding himself. And we, on the other hand, in the midst of this dance of the universe, are wanting more to surround ourselves with those of love, light, and compassion, etc. So when it comes to what he's trying to hold on to, we've got the hangman. It's not going to be going quickly for him. There will be some challenges along the way as he's seeing from this darker view. Trying to go forward, we do have that sleepless nights of anxiety there hanging over the head with what he's trying to build, what he's trying to construct. Okay. And we have to have continued fortitude in the dance of life, Nataraj, and have fortitude as we go forward. And with things up in the air, again, what are you surrounding yourself with? Who are the lovers? Who are those that you are there with? So it's about the power, holding on and bringing this power out to the world, a power of change, Okay? So when it comes to his power, he's trying to hold on to seeing from a different viewpoint. And also the hangman is about sacrifice. We may be going through this point of time of sacrifice for a bit of time to see from a different view. So we change what's coming into the world when it comes to power. Again, some of his nightmare scenarios and things figuring how to go forward are going to be resisted, okay, and going to have to bring some sorts of retreat. We have the Knight of Wands. We have this charging forward, putting these things into motion. We have what's gathered and collected, the burden of that. So we're going to have to face some of his things as we go through this cycle. Okay, but in the end, judgment is coming. Okay, judgment is coming, and the Tower moment is coming when it comes to Trumpenstein's administration. Give them enough rope and they will hang themselves, okay? The more toxic he is, and again, he was in there talking about, really wanting to be a dictator for life, basically. The more he gets and talks with this toxicity, the more that he tries to bring out these proclamations or these things that he's signing, that he's doing, the more people will rebel, the more people will see through him, the ones that are championing his cause now. It's giving them a chance to see just what they actually voted for and just how toxic he is. And maybe they were voting for a lower price of, groceries, etc., and believed all of his nonsense. Now, there are some that voted for him that are just as toxic as he is. Have no doubt. I'm not saying everybody there that voted for him is going to wake up and see the light of day. No, there are some that voted for that toxicity, that are out and out racists, that are out and out white supremacists, that are out and out if that anti-Christian Christianity, they'll put it that way, anti-Christian Christianity, white nationalists that want to bring in the 2025 agenda and make it a Christian Taliban, okay? There are some of that dynamic, okay? Have no doubt about that. But again, at this present time, we're in this split, and while he's in there trying to make his most egregious plans that he's trying to, I just see it kind of like the witch with the toxic brew out there, with the cauldron. He's out there with the cauldron, making a toxic brew and trying to put black magic on people, that type of dynamic. The way black magic works is planting that seed, the seed of doubt that works on the mind, that gets people in that thing, and they are creating their own destruction with that, okay? They create their own destruction with that because they plant that seed and let those weeds grow and choke out the light. Okay, that's the way that stuff works, okay? So if you have that truth and you understand the divine is at the center of being, that stuff cannot touch you, okay? It cannot penetrate, it cannot touch you. That light will just dismantle that darkness. Okay, so don't put a shade on your light, like it says. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Bring your light out forward. Continue to go forward in the light, and we will overturn this nonsense. But now, at this present time, he's going to put out as much toxicity, fear mode as he can. So don't allow him to continue in that. And while he may deport people, that may happen, and they're going to find out very soon. They deport all these people. You're not going to have workers that you need. So this is again going to backfire on him. And just because he deports them now does not mean that this cannot be changed and rectified in the future, and we open the gates and allow people to come in. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.